Just hold it like this.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, Sister Caroline.
Hello,
Thanks for having me
Martina.
interview. So, since when are you doing, have you something to do with microcredits? When was the first time you came across that?
I came across it in 2009 when I was working with the Association of Sisterhoods, and then I happened to meet Haika,
Uh huh.
and we had one thing in common: to help women improve their livelihood. So we shared this, and then she kept it in mind, and I interacted with Father Leonard of the Passionists, and then with time it grew and it became possible through the help of Haika in
Great. And
Germany.
what's the current status as of now?
Right now, I can say we've grown. We started with some 5 pilot groups, then we moved to 4, and now we are stretching our arms to many others. And I think we want to thank God for the step we've taken in microfinance between Kenya and Germany. It's beautiful and it's working.
It's working.
It's
And why is it working for the women? What is the difference between a normal microcredit and this microcredit?
Okay, it's working for us in Vision Thailand because first the interest rate is 10%, and it's so honestly 10%. It doesn't have any hidden charges, it doesn't increase, and so they find it very easy to pay this money at the end of the month and eventually after 12 months, and they're not strained. Vision Thailand also doesn't harass them like other microfinance organizations do, and so they pay back in an easy way, and they really appreciate. Those who've managed and successfully paid are very grateful for this program.
What changes with the women in their life?
Pardon?
What changes with the women in their life? You don't have to take me. Just
Okay, what I've seen, immediately the women get this loan, they become so responsible. They've managed to account for the monies they use. They've improved in their bookkeeping and then in their savings. And out of the savings, these women are able to pay their school fees for their kids, improve the livelihood within their families, and also their lifestyle has changed, from that miserable point of, where you get somebody from the first time to where she's now established and she can bring food on her table. I think that's the main change I have observed.
And what was the most beautiful story with the women you came across?
Okay, I would say I have 2 experiences of women groups who've really touched my life. I have the women group in Fangano, and as they asked for this loan, we were like, will fish selling really work? And then they were so determined, and I saw them struggle, and eventually they emerged to be the best in paying the loan, and I was impressed. And the beautiful story I will ever tell about the women in Fangano is they taught me how to eat fish I didn't know how to eat, because when I went to visit them, they prepared some fish that I never believed will ever be deep fried, and they deep fried it and I ate it there and then, while I had a traditional belief that this fish could only be boiled for almost a whole day before it's taken. So they've taught me much. And then another experience in connection with the Mfangano women is the courage they gave me to travel in the waters. I feared water, and I realized that I had to reach them. So at least there was the cushioning of the ferry first. Then I got into the boat. Then it was not once, twice, and I got used to the water. So I loved it. Then another second experience was, okay, these are not actually women only, but women and men of Gataka. They impress me because of their commitment into their day-to-day activities in table banking. They've also taught me in one way to be so committed in my work, and I'm so impressed.
Yes, I believe that. I met them too, so I can confirm what you're saying. It's really
Yes,
impressive to see
very
them.
impressive.
And what about the challenges on the other hand? What would you say are the challenges generally for such a program or also for the groups?
Okay, the first challenge I've met is there's a problem of communication. That is, at times you want to communicate something and there's language barrier. Then there's also the problem of getting access into the internet. Like, I'll want to communicate and I'll need some things scanned and sent via email. And there are these groups that don't have even emails. And then when they scan, they have to travel for long distances to get someone to do it for them. So that is how sort of I've got a barrier. First, in communication, language is a major barrier to some few who don't really get it. And then communication in terms of, the modern technology that has come.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Yeah.
And one last question for you, a very personal question. It's about home.
Yeah.
When you hear the word home, what do you connect with it? What is home for you?
Okay, for me, home is where I come to after having done all activities, and I meet sisters waiting for me, and I'm encouraged in their prayer life, and then I find a place to rest.
Yeah.
And so I find home to be these Franciscan Sisters of St. Joseph, whom I come to. I leave their home every day and I come back to make a living and just to rest. So for me, that's a perfect home.
That's a perfect home.
The Franciscan Sisters of St. Joseph.
Sounds like a perfect.
A perfect home.
And for the women, what would you say they consider as home?
For the women, home is this environment that has been created, founded economically. Because without economics in life, without empowerment, women cannot have a home. They end up frustrated and devastated. And women are the backbone of homes. So when I found empowered women making and building homes. And women who are not empowered economically struggle to make homes, and they actually don't enjoy their homes.
Yeah.
So I would connect making a home for an African woman to this economic empowerment that gives her the base to be what she can be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's very closely connected.
so that is it.
And what about the men, the husbands? What do they say if the women maybe earn more than they do?
Okay, they have this feeling of insecurity, but a bit of them. But okay, for those whom I've interacted with, I've found men to be supportive. Though supportive from a distance, because they don't want to be directly involved into that microcredit. They would rather be beneficiaries, but not directly involved. Then I've also admired some few men who are in the microcredit groups and are committed, and they're working so closely with women to make it successful. And so I think I just appreciate, and I know of several who also want to join, but because we have to give the first place to the woman, they are waiting patiently to hear if we'll open a clause for them to join the women groups in microfinance.
And why do you prefer women over men?
Okay, I would prefer women to men because first of their commitment to business. And then the fact that when women take up these positions in business, they alter lives. And that, children look up to the women. Same to men. They look up to these women to bring food at the table. Times have changed when men were known to be so powerful and like the sole breadwinners. It's now the women who are taking that position, especially with the AIDS epidemic that has left women widows, and so they are like the stronghold of their families. So given a chance to choose between men and women, I would always go for women, because women will change so many lives. Okay, I don't want to talk ill of men, but at times they are not so committed. Yes, at times.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Caroline. That was terrific. Thanks so much for the
Welcome,
interview.
Martina. And I can't forget my closing remark is to the office in Germany for the support that you give us daily, for the encouragement we get, because without your initiative, this program will never have worked. So it's something we know deep in our hearts. We are grateful, and we know you people are toiling day in, day out for us to work with these women groups. We are grateful. please say thanks to the donors, all those who wish us well, and tell them we're going to try our best never to disappoint them. And also to the Vision Thailand office in Kenya for their connection and to appreciate the help and the assistance is great. May God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Welcome.
much.
Welcome.